Perfect. Well, welcome everybody. So particularly joyful class for me and I guess Chris today, because tomorrow we'll get an in-service day and then we'll get 2 days holiday. So we're like, yay! So find yourself a comfortable seated position, as Nelson has just demonstrated. So any seated position that works for you, just as long as you can sit up nice and tall through the torso. And so nice and so if you imagine that you've got a piece of string attached to your head that's pulling you up, and that'll just lengthen you up a little bit more and get you into a better position. So take a deep breath in, roll the shoulders back, down, and again, deep breath in, roll the shoulders back and down. And we'll just do a little breathing exercise, which will help to just calm the body and mind before the lesson. So we'll practice ocean breath, very simple. You're just going to breathe in through your nose, deeply, and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhaling through the mouth with nice deep breaths. And you want to do this audibly so that you can hear both the inhale and particularly the exhale through the mouth. So as you continue to breathe, focus your attention on the breath, but particularly on the sound of the breath. And that steady, rhythmic breathing sound as you inhale and exhale. And as you focus on the sound that this makes, feel the attention bringing inwards, in towards the body, and shutting out any sensations and awareness of the outside world, bringing the awareness inwards. And as you listen to the sound it makes, you can think how this is similar to the sound made by the ocean as the tides roll in to the beach, turn round, and then roll out again. And that pattern of the waves and the tides is the same as the pattern of your breath as you inhale and exhale. Just finish off your last cycle, your last inhale and exhale. And as you next inhale, open up the eyes. Okay. So hopefully you now feel a little bit calmer, more centered, ready to begin the class. And we're going to begin sitting down. And today's class is going to be quite a flowing class as we move from one posture to the next, but it'll still be at quite a slow pace. We won't be going too fast. So we're going to start sitting. You can sit cross-legged if you want. I'm going to change because I'm just to try something different. I'm going to sit in Virasana, so hero's pose. So I'm just sitting back in my heels. But I'm aware that I used to hate sitting like this. It really hurt my feet. So if it's not comfortable, just sit in a cross-legged position. We're going to start by doing some side stretches. So we'll start just by raising the right arm up, really opening up through the torso, and then bring down, and then left arm up, and bring down. And now this time you're bringing the right arm up, and the left arm will come down to the floor as you come over to the left. You might come down on your hands or be up on your fingertips. Just whatever gives you a really nice stretch down the right hand side. Inhale, come up. Then we'll try to do that on the other side. So reaching up with the left hand and down. And as you inhale, reaching up with the right. Exhale down, and then we're reaching up with the left, bringing the hand to the floor. So you can take another breath in, and as you exhale, you might want to come down a little bit further. Really stretching out through the sides, probably through the left hip as well. Really nice opening there. Come back up. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring the arms behind you, clasping the hands behind the back. Open up the chest. Look up. You might want to bring a slight back bend into this. You should feel a nice stretch down the throat. Try and keep the shoulders back and down. Inhale, come back up, and then we're going to go into hands and knees. So come into, we'll do some cat and cow here, which I think you're well aware of. So get yourself into a nice position. So grip the floor with spread fingers. Really push out through the arms. And to get a nice stable, tuck your belly, suck your belly in, and that will just help tighten everything in at the core. Then you're going to drop the chest. Not drop the chest, drop the belly, open the chest and look up. And then reverse, tuck the tailbone, pushing the back up to the ceiling, and really feel the stretch all along all the parts of the spine. Drop the belly, open up the chest. As you inhale, exhale, tuck the tailbone in. Pushing up the back, tucking the chin in. And we'll do one more. Really slowly with the breath. Because what you're trying to do is really use parts of the spine that maybe you don't normally use. So really feel that motion all the way along every vertebra. And then come back into neutral. So try something different now. We're going to turn the hands. So it depends on your flexibility of your wrists here. You might only get halfway out, yeah? But what you're aiming for is so that they're turned completely the other way, but only do what's comfortable for you. So you'll get a really nice wrist stretch here. And then we're going to do some more cat and cows with your hands facing the other way. So if you've turned your hands too far, so that when you push your back up, that stretches too much, just unturn your hands a little bit. You don't want to be putting any strain or too much strain on your wrists. And then one last with your own breath, dropping the belly, looking up, and then exhale, pushing upwards, stretching through the spine and the arms. Then come back to neutral, turn the hands round, so you're back in tabletop. Now we're going to do some leg stretches, so kick the right leg back, and we're just going to make some nice circles with the ankle. First to the right, then to the left, and then we're going to bring the knee into the nose, so with control, bringing the knee all the way in, squeezing as much as possible, and then extend, flexing the foot, pushing out of the wrists, and then knee, nose again, kicking out. One last time, squeezing everything in, kicking the leg out. And now this time, you're going to cross that right leg, bring it over to the left. So you should feel a nice stretch in your right hip, the outside of the hip. And once you bring your toes to the ground, you can turn and look over your left shoulder. The stretching, opening up in the right hand side. This really works for me at the moment because I've been doing more running than I normally do. My hips are sore. It feels really nice to open up the outside of my hips. Stay strong in the arms, so pushing out through the wrists and the shoulders. Now as you breathe in, pick up the toes of the right foot, and now you're going to bring them all the way out to the right. I need a bit more room, so I'm going to move over. So until your foot is in line with your hip. Then as you inhale, you're going to lift up your right arm, stretching it up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, thread the needle through, coming down on the side of your face, side of your head. You might want to stretch the left arm up above your head. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. So really try and release the tension that you might be holding in your glutes and your thighs. To come back up, bring the left hand beside the head, gently come up, and then you're going to just come back into tabletop position. And from here, you'll kick back the right leg again, and then squeeze it to the nose, and then bring it through until you're in a low lunge. So you can, when you're here, you can bring the hands to the above the knee and sink the weight forward. You've got a lovely stretch here along the front of the left thigh. If you would like, as you inhale, reach the arms up, opening up the chest. On the next exhale, bring both hands down, but you want to bring them both inside, so to the left-hand side of your foot. You'll probably want to heel toe your right foot to the side of the mat to give yourself more space. so that you've got both hands flat on the floor. Then tuck the left toes under. Well, you could either stay where you are if you feel that's low enough for you with your knee on the ground, or tuck your toes under. You can come up into lizard. Take a deep breath in, and you can either hold it here, or if your flexibility allows, you might want to come down a little bit lower. You might be able to come down onto your forearms. If not, stay here or with the knee on the ground. Just stay here for a couple of breaths. Close down the eyes. Feeling a nice opening in the left hip. From here, we're going to come into downward dog. So the easiest way is just to bring the back knee down if it's not already there. Bring the other knee back to meet it. Tuck the toes under and then push the hips up into downward dog. And we're going to stay here just for a couple of breaths so that we can stretch out the legs. We'll walk the feet out, push one heel down to the ground, then the other. Push out through the wrists. So the kind of feeling, you want to feel as if your chest is coming towards your thighs, so that you're really straightening out the back. And then slowly bring your knees to the floor, untuck your feet, and then we'll repeat that little sequence on the other side. So just take a moment, catch your breath, check your alignment. So again, grip on the floor properly, pushing the tops of the feet into the floor, suck the belly in. And then we're going to extend the left leg. Circle the ankle in one direction, and then circle in the other. Take a deep breath in, extend the leg, and as you exhale, squeeze the knee to the nose. Extend, as you inhale, and squeeze. One last time, extend and squeeze. And then bring the foot back. Now this time, bring the foot round to the right. So you'll get a nice opening down the left side of the hip. And then turn your face. And that'll increase, if you turn your head to the right, that'll increase the stretch. From here, bring the left foot out to the left side, in line with the hips. Pick up the right arm, reaching up, opening the chest, and as you exhale, thread the needle. If you can, bring the face down to the side of the face, down to the ground. You might want to bring the right arm up above the head. Close the eyes. And if you feel you're gripping anywhere, particularly in the legs or the thighs, try and release that effort. To come up, bring the right hand to the side of the face, take the weight on the hand, come back, On all fours. As you inhale, kick the left leg back. Bring the knee to the nose. And then bring the foot, the left foot, all the way over. And you'll be in a low lunge. Inhale to come up. Sinking the hips forward. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up. A slight back bend. As you exhale, bring your hands, both hands, to the inside of that left foot. So you'll want to heel toe that left foot to the edge of the mat. And you can either stay here, and that will give you an increased opening on the back hip, or if you want to come a little bit further, tuck the right toes under and lift up the back foot. And if it's available to you, you might want to come down onto your forearms. Just stay here for a couple more breaths, so bear with it. If you're on your forearms, come back onto your arms, and we're going to come onto all fours. So the easiest way is just bring the back knee to the floor and tuck your foot. Bring the left knee in to meet it, and we're going to push our hips up and back into downward dog. So walk out your feet here, pressing one heel then the other into the ground. And walk the feet forward. Take a moment just to hang here. Sway from side to side. This will help stretch out the back, as well as stretching up the back of the legs. Bring the hands to the floor, and then slowly roll up. Bring the shoulders back and down. So hope you're all feeling good. From here, we're just going to do 3 rounds of sun salutations. And we'll flow through it, so one posture, one breath. So as you do one posture, inhale, and the next one, you flow into the exhale. And we'll do 3 rounds. So just to get ready, check you've got a nice steady stance. So just bring your awareness to your feet. You should feel as if the whole base of your foot or both feet is pressing into the ground. So it's all your weight is evenly distributed. And then tighten up the glutes, tuck in the tailbone, hold in the core, lengthen through the torso, opening up the chest. Deep breath in and out. As you inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fall forward. You can bend the knees if you like. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor, kick the feet back. You can put the knees down if you like. Lower down, chaturanga. Push up, downward dog. Upward dog, sorry. Tuck the toes under, push up into downward dog. Look between the hands, step or walk forward. Come halfway up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Push the hips forward. Bring hands down in prayer. And we'll go straight through to the next one. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, kick feet back. Lower into chaturanga. Push up into cobra. tuck toes under, push hips up and back, down dog, step or walk forward, come halfway up, exhale, forward fold, inhale, sweep arms up, slight back bend, bring arms down in prayer. One more round, so stick with it. Inhale, reach up, exhale, fall forward, inhale, come up halfway, exhale, kick the feet back, lower down, chaturanga, push up, cobra, tuck toes under, push the hips up and back, look forward between the hands, step or walk forward, come up halfway, exhale, fall forward, inhale, sweep the arms up, and come down into prayer. Excellent. So we'll just carry on with that flow so that we end up in child's pose, and we'll stop the call. So hands in prayer, inhale, up, exhale, fall forward, inhale, come up halfway, exhale, kick the feet back, lower down, chaturanga, push up into cobra, tuck toes under, and we'll just come straight back into child's pose. So you can either keep the knees together, and the original child's pose is to have the hands back. I actually don't like this because it pushes my face into the ground too much because I'm not flexible enough here. So that's why I prefer to put my hands forward, and actually to bring my knees apart I find even better still. So you pick whichever one works for you. This is a good time just to listen to the breath. Just like at the beginning of class, the ocean breath. Just listening to it, bring the body and mind. Make it calm, yet alert. So from here, walk the hands forward, tuck the toes under, and then you're just going to keep pushing. You'll end up back in a squat. You want to open your feet wider so that they're kind of towards the edges of the mat. And I've got my heels down. And then if I bring my hands in prayer pose, I can put each elbow inside each knee. So I'm in a yogi squat. And if I push my elbows out, it helps open up my knees, increasing the stretch in the inside of my hips. And I'm keeping my chest open. I don't want to crunch down, but nice and open. Few breaths here. Bring the hands to the floor, come back onto the knees, and we're just going to come round into seated position. So we're going to bring the right foot into the right thigh, left foot extended. We're just going to do a few forward folds. So we're actually going to turn and look, first of all, look over the bent knee. Take a deep breath in, exhale, fall forward over the bended knee. And try to release any tension that you might feel in the left extended leg. So try and keep both sitting bones on the floor. And you'll probably mostly feel this along the back. Take a deep breath in, walk the hands up, and then lift your hips up and turn and look at the extended leg. Take a deep breath in, roll the shoulders back, and exhale, fall forward over that extended leg. You're trying to keep your right knee pointed down. Really work with the breath. So that on each exhale, you can maybe find a little bit more space. And to sink down over that extended leg. Deep breath in, walk the hands up, bend, and bend that left foot. Then you're going to hold on underneath the foot, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, see if you can straighten out the foot. So it might not work holding on to the foot, but it's okay if you keep up. It's okay if the leg's bent, you don't need to straighten it up. So you can hold on to the foot. However, if you would prefer and it's more comfortable to do so, you can move so that you're holding on to the ankle and the shin. But you want to keep the shoulders back, chest open. And then bring the foot back to the ground. And from here we can do a twist. So you've just got the left foot on the floor. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the left hand behind you. And then bring the right arm up. And as you exhale, see if you can bring the right elbow inside the knee. So that when you exhale, you can twist round from here. As you inhale, come back. We're going to swap those more movements so that we do the other side. So bring the left foot in so that it's sitting against the right inner thigh. And again, you want to try and bring the knee down. It just doesn't really work for me on that side. But we're still going to do a forward fold. So looking over the bent knee, inhale, roll the shoulders back, exhale. And really try and keep both sitting bones grounded. Because my knee won't go down, my body wants to come up like that. So try and keep both sitting bones, both buttocks sitting firmly on the ground. While still trying to open up this knee, this left knee. As you inhale, come up, Pick the hips up so that you're now facing, so your heart is facing towards the extended leg. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, fall forward. You really want to feel as if it's your chest that's being pulled closer towards your foot so that you're extending the upper body towards the toes. And then once you've gone as far as is comfortable, then you can drop the head. Oh, it feels nice. Oh. So to come out, very gently walk the hands back up the leg. Bring the right foot so the sole of the foot is on the ground. Then I'm going to hold on to the sole of my foot. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, extend that leg. Trying to straighten it. If it doesn't straighten, that's okay. And if you find it's too much strain holding onto the foot, you can move your grip. And again, use your breath. So on each inhale, lengthen through the leg and the torso. And as you exhale, see if you can bring the foot a little bit closer to you. Try and keep the shoulders relaxed. Then bring the sole of the foot to the ground. Inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to twist round to the right. So your right hand will come behind you. And you can either hold on to the knee, or if it works for you, you can bring your elbow inside the knee, and that can help you in your twist. So as ever, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hold in the core muscles. And that will probably give you a little bit more space to come round. On your next inhale, come back to center. It's actually quite late, so let's just let's do boat pose just to get some ab work in, and then we'll go down onto the ground. So hold on behind the knees, lean back, keep the shoulders back and down. If you would like to, lift the legs so that the calves are parallel to the ground. Take the hands away. And you want to keep your back nice and straight, so you don't want to be crunching in. Nice straight back. And if you would like to, you can straighten out the legs. Just 3 more breaths. 2. And 1. So hold on behind the thighs, bring the soles of the feet to the ground, and then slowly come down 1 vertebra at a time. Oh, keep the knees bent. Bring the palms to the ground. And we're going to do a couple of twisting positions here. So we'll pick up the hips and just move them over to the right. That's just to give you a little bit more room. And now we're going to try two things. Cross the left leg, so the left, normally we do right over left, but cross the left leg over the right. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, now be careful with this, because this isn't a twist, this is a hip opening exercise. So if you feel any pain on the right side of your hip, just ease off. So we're gently bringing the knees over to the left-hand side. Just be careful with this position because your left foot is putting more weight on your right, so it's helping it to open up more. So if it doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it, just uncross the legs. Close down the eyes. Take a deep breath in, so roll over onto your back again. Uncross the legs. Now cross the right leg over the left. Take a deep breath in. And now let the knees fall open towards the left. And this time you should feel a nice opening down the right hand side of the body. You can extend the arms into a cactus position. And if you would like, you can turn and look over towards the right, which will slightly increase the stretch. You might want to close down the eyes. Allow the mind and the body to slow down, become a little bit more introspective. Bring the awareness inwards. As you inhale, very gently roll onto your back, uncross your legs, bring the palms to the ground and the soles of the feet, and you might want to move your hips over to the left, just so that the left side of the mat, just to give yourself a little bit more room. This time we're going to cross the right foot over the right knee over the left knee. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, allow the knees to come over to the right. So your left hip will be coming off the ground. And again, you should be feeling this on the outer edge of the left hip. On your next inhale, roll onto your back again, uncross your legs, and now cross the left leg over the right. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, allow your knees to fall over to the right hand side. You can, if you would like, you can open up the arms, bend at the elbows, so that you're opening up the chest. And again, if this feels too intense, just uncross the legs. letting go. If you feel you're gripping anywhere, holding on to any tension, just try to breathe. Imagine you're breathing into that area and see if it will relax. On your next inhale, gently roll over onto your back. Bring both soles of the feet to the ground. Just readjust your hips towards the center of the mat if you need to. And extend the legs. And make any final adjustments you need for Shavasana. So if you need to get a blanket or put on a sweater, you want to make sure you feel warm and comforted in this position. Warm, yep, relaxed and comforted. So just have your feet to the edges of the mat. Have your hands a nice generous amount away from the body, probably with the palms up, fingers gently curved, chin tucked just slightly down. This will elongate and relax the back of the neck. Close down the eyes. And we can just incorporate the ocean breath that we used at the beginning of the class. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling deeply through the nose. And on the exhale, releasing all the tension of the shoulders, from the face, from the forehead, from all parts of the body. And just for a few moments, listen to the sound of that breath. And just imagine that it's just like the lapping, the waves as they come up and break on the shore and then ebb away again. And you can either continue to inhale through the nose and out through the mouth, or if it's more comfortable, just inhale and exhale through the nostrils, allowing each breath, particularly each exhale, to send a sensation of calm and peace to every part of the body. So send your relaxing breath to the toes, the heels, soles of the feet and the ankles. Send the breath to the calves, the shins, the knees and the thighs.
Send the breath to relax the pelvis, glutes, stomach, and the chest, the lower back, the upper back, and the shoulders. Relax the fingers, the wrists, the forearms, and the elbows. Relax the upper arms, the shoulder blades, the neck, and the jaw. Relax the cheeks, the eyes, and finally relax the forehead, allowing any worry or tension just to seep away. And enjoy the next few moments, few minutes in silence, enjoying this feeling of peace and tranquility. So on your next inhale, make some very, very small movements. Just in the tips of your fingers, the ends of your toes. And bring some more movement. You curl your fingers and your toes. Make some movements in the ankles and the wrists. Then bend the knees. Move them from side to side. And then when you're ready, roll over onto any side. And just rest there for a moment before gently helping yourself up into a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed, the mind still. And take a deep breath in, and as you inhale, open up the arms, extending them to either side of the room, sitting up straight through the torso. Exhale. As you next inhale, bring the arms overhead, palms together, stretching up. And as you exhale, bring the palms down in front of the chest. Bow the head forward. Namaste. Thank you very much all for coming. Hope you enjoyed that. And hope you're ready for Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, even if it's not a holiday for you. And see you either on Friday or next week.